So we've gone through some of the basic structure to how to create drop tables, how to add data, change data, and how to select data. What we'll do now is just add a few more items. So firstly, we should say we select from person. What we want to do in this is firstly just put some data in quickly, and then we want to I'm going to put all the column names in. We want to then actually demonstrate how you can manipulate the data with some simple queries. So person age, person height, person width, and person nationality, values. So I'm going to say Jim Roberts, who's 30. I'm going to say height. Actually, okay. I did realise there is actually a mistake here. So we're going to alter table person, and then we want to alter column person height decimal and then person width. I'm going to do this in meters, so I've put in 2 decimal places there. And I'm going to now go back to where I was. So for the height, I'm going to say 1.7. Weight is in kilos. I'm going to say 80 kilos. And nationality, I'm going to say is I'll just say British. And then we're going to just put a couple more in, say Julie Roberts. I say she's 1.4 and she's, let's say, 25. And then I'm going to say John Harrison, and we say he's 45 and he's 1.9, and let's say he's 90, and let's say she's 60. Okay, so insert into, we missed out a table name, so we've inserted our 3 values there. So when we select from the table now, we've got some data in the table. And the point to this demo now is to just illustrate how we can select. You see firstly that the person ID is automatically being incremented. We've already had 1 and 2. They were deleted, and hence we've started at 3. And we've got the 2 decimal places because we had decimal comma 2. Otherwise we would have had issues there. So let's say I want to select all the people that are over 30 years old. So I just say select over 30. Pretty simple. If I want to just make this a little bit ridiculous, so let's say I want to select everybody who's equal to let's say 25. Just say equals, and then if I just want somebody who's less than say 80, then that's that. So we're just using the conventional symbols here, equals, greater than, less than, and if I say not equal, see if this, and that's works. So these two, you can just say not equal to. There are other ways of doing that, but we just stick with that. So person age not equal to 25. So what we're doing there is we're specifying a column, which is the age, and we're putting in a criteria and then performing a simple select statement. And we can do that same thing on any of the fields whatsoever. We can say if the nationality here, if the person nationality is equal to British, we want to select the row, but if we say equal to American, we find there isn't any data. So we're using the where clause, and again, as in all the other examples, we can just say select a particular column if we want to. So we'll put this back to British, and it just is that one column. So a lot of flexibility there. We can put any column. If we just put nothing at all, it will just bring back all the data, and we can go back to the star again. In this way, we can specify one column, or we can specify more than one. So I can just say if person age is greater than 30, and is where we use person height. Person height is greater than 80, and I find there's nobody in the table that meets that criteria. So if I say greater than 70, oh, okay, so that I meant weights. Weights. Okay, so the weight is 90, so it meets this criteria here, and the age is 30, and it meets this criteria here. So in a real application, what we're then saying is that we are working out what data to extract. The data is permanent data in the system, and we can use that data to make decisions in the business application. And in this example, we've got the name of the person, we know how old they are, we know something about their physical characteristics and their nationality. So this might be useful in lots of different situations. If you're working out the sort of weight, you need the weights of people for things. It would be useful if you're making uniforms of people, or lots of different reasons why you might need this information. You might want it for statistical purposes, for reasons of demographics, to see who's overweight, underweight. This information here can be used to calculate something called the BMI, body mass index. So from this you could actually calculate whether someone was overweight or not. And actually one of the concepts in data design is you don't put in a column that can be computed from the other data in general. So you would not put a column that said person BMI, for example, because that can actually be computed from that other data. So if you saw a table and someone said alter table person and then adds person BMI decimal 8,2, then that would not be a good so I've got this here, but it could actually be computed through a formula, so it wouldn't be a very good design, and it would be putting in data that is basically unnecessary and would cause a lot more complications, because you can obviously indefinitely project this. You could then say good health, bad health, how many times did you go to the doctor? You can just be extended indefinitely, and you would in the end have thousands of columns, and it just would make no sense. So you put in here data that cannot be calculated, and then you derive other data.